Hi guys. I'm not here today. I am still home with pneumonia, and hopefully I'll get to be feeling better soon. So today I am going to have you do some. You're actually going to get to do virtual racing with your mousetrap card today. So today everybody should be excited about this lesson today. So what you're going to do is with the substitute, she is going to hand out to you a little slip with your username and password on this slip. It's your username and then the group name. So what you're going to do is you're going to type in this website whiteboxlearning.com. You'll be at the right place if it looks something like this. Okay? So when you click in, you're going to go to Mousetrap Car, okay? And then you're going to put in your student ID, and everybody is going to have this group ID, XMGT. That's yours. But then your little student ID is on that little slip of paper, and make sure that you put that down. So I'm going to put in mine. Let's see if I can remember it. And I'm going to log in as if I'm a student. Okay, so once you get logged in, it's going to come to this. Don't worry about saving anything. And it'll say your name, and you're going to go in and start here at research. So when you click on research, you're going to get a screen like this. It has all these bars over here. Okay. So um, once you do this, couple things. Your game mode, I just want you to just kind of explore this as best you can. Okay. And you can read everything about it, but what we're going to be doing is designing our mousetrap car virtually first in this program, and then we'll build it. Now, what's cool about this is that you can earn and level up by doing things. So, what you're going to do is first today, what I'm asking you to do is you're going to go in and click on this little piece of paper. And this talks about the design process. You guys should already know everything about the design process. You can take a look at the design challenge. This is the design challenge for this building the mousetrap car. And if you want it read to you, all you have to do is click on the little headphones and the text can be read to you. But this screen right here will be very helpful for you because you're going to need to know these minimums and maximums when you're starting to put in numbers. Um, but these are the minimums and these are the maximums, and you'll figure it out once you get to messing with it. Okay, so then today, before you even start, you are going to click on the age of mechanism and you are going to read a little bit about the age of mechanisms or mechanization and how machines have been around for a long time. And when you get done with kind of going through this, you're going to take a little simple little quiz and it'll ask you these questions. These questions are right there in the reading. So all you need to do is you need to scroll and try to find the answer in the reading and then take the little quiz. Also, I'd like for you to read through Simple Machines. The other day, I know when you guys were doing your research on mousetrap cars, um, you may have been looking at some of this, some of these mechanisms. So, and or simple machines. So what you're going to do here is you're going to go through here and you're going to read about it. You guys, I think, have studied a lot of this in science. Um, And after you're done with that, you're going to take a quiz on simple machines. I know kids have asked, can I retake the quiz? I think you can, but for now, just go through and take the quiz. If you want to go back later, you can. Then you're going to go in, you're going to look at mechanisms, you're going to read through mechanisms, and you're going to take a little quiz on mechanisms. And then last thing you're going to do, which is kind of the fun one, is you are going to go in and read about the simple machine, the mousetrap car, and how your mousetrap car is going to be powered, and how you're going to be using a lever, and how that lever arm is going to be attached, and how your wheels are going to be attached. So this is just kind of an example of a structured frame. And then when you're done with that, you're going to take a quiz on the mousetrap car. So you have all these pieces of paper to go through right here, all through here. Then this is when the fun part comes. You're going to click on the word engineering. Now, when you click on the word engineering, this is where it kind of comes to life. And it it looks like it's going to take a little while to load here, and I don't know why it's taking a while to load. But what'll happen is you'll get a screen, and to make everything, oh, here it is. Okay, to make everything appear, you have to click on the eyeballs, just like this. Okay, and these are just kind of giving you the mass, the powertrain, the performance. You don't necessarily have to have the eyeballs on this one right here. Now, the little wrenches will actually tell you, or actually give you choices of, what do you want to use? Do you want to use Rally balsa wood or touring balsa wood or custom? We're not doing anything with 3D printed, so don't do anything with that. Your length of your rail inputs, you can mess with the numbers if you'd like. You're using a wood frame and you can apply it. Now, if you need to go back and you need to like look at the design challenge and look at those numbers again, you might look at these numbers right here to make sure that they kind of correspond with your rails input. It says your rail input. If you go here, it doesn't have anything with the rail input. Your frame length maybe has to be 175. So then you go in and apply it. And then the next thing you want to do is um, then you want to go in and click on your front axle assembly. And you're going to go over here and you can change your axle to, you can just experiment around and you can change your racers. You definitely want rubber bands. You can change your color of your car. You can change the color of the rubber band. Once you do that, then you've got it'll apply. And then you go to your rear axle assembly, and you've noticed here we've done our front. Now we're going to look at our rear, and you can go in and you can check. I would always use a rubber band. Your axle length, this is where you can change the numbers. If you go back to research again, and your axle length, um, uh, you might total width, including the wheels, your axle diameter, and your wheelbase. You may go in and just change some numbers in there and experiment around. Um, Now, once you have everything applied, or I guess the last thing is your mousetrap assembly. You just scroll down to the very bottom. How long do you want the lever arm, and how long do you want? You can change your length of your lever arm. Let's say I want it to be 90, and I'm going to apply it. And you notice my mouse trap moved, and I'm going to hit done. So I'm done. I applied. I'm done. Now I'm gonna go in here and maybe mess with the mass. So I'm gonna go down here and you can go in and see detailed. Is your frame looking good? And you can apply. I don't think you can change the numbers on that one, but you can go in and see if you can change things if you want to. Then the next fun thing that you do is you can go in here to competition and you get a live feed on a competition here. And you want to do your own design. So I'm going to select my design. I'm going to be contender one. Hold on, I got to go in and I got to build. No, I'm going to go over here and go to file and I'm going to hit new, not a new concept. I'm going to hit save. And I'm going to call this Mrs. F. And I'm going to save a working copy. And actually, I'm going to save and I'm going to compete. So now I'm in. My design has changed, saved, and there I am. So I'm going to click on me and I'm going to be contender one. And I'm going to race myself because that's all I have to race because nobody's in there yet. So then it'll start. And it's got noise. It's pretty cool. And then you wait a couple seconds and it'll race. And I won. Look at that, you guys. I won. I beat myself. So then you can go in and reset your simulation if you want to and click this what's next. And if you want to go in and jot down your thoughts, if you want to, what you might check is you definitely have to check to see if you are if this comes up as yours being out of spec, like right now mine's out of spec. That means that I need to go in and change my design. You don't qualify until you put it into specs. And how do you find out about specs? You go here to outputs and you click on design specifications. And anything that's in the red, that means I'm out of spec. So that means I got to go back to my engineering and I'm going to have to go in and I'm going to have to change some of these numbers. So just mess around with it, race each other. It'll be interesting because I've got kids that'll like be racing each other left and right. Okay. So once you get in, just do the first thing that you need to do is you need to do these pieces of paper with the quizzes. Okay. Then go to your engineering and start engineering your mousetrap car. And then once you kind of have it engineered, you got to go over here to file and you got to save it. Okay. Once you save it and you want to save and enter it in the competition, you just hit that. You got to do that every time. So have fun. Um, and when I get back, then we'll talk a little bit more about how we're going to go about building this. So if you have any questions, just send me a note and I will talk to you later.